crazy Tinder date stories. So we're going to do a recap of the last video. If you didn't see it, the link will be in the bio. Alright Bryson, so let's talk about what happened in the last video.
Okay, I kind of gave y'all a rundown of my crazy Tinder experience. Turned out that, what I thought could have been a cool bang buddy or, a good relationship or maybe even a friendship. I wasn't sure. It was kind of too early. Turned out to be some crazy psycho that happened to be my cousin. And I kind of went through, kind of our first date, our second date, stuff like that. And I kind of went over how I came to find out she was my cousin and the aftermath of the shock on that.
Okay, and at the very end, you said that there was another story you wanted to tell.
Yeah, I actually have plenty on there. I spent about a year on there trying to pick up chicks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, being on Tinder kind of helps me pick up chicks. I put Photoshop pictures of me, but that's another story.
When you say Photoshop, do you look the same, like
face-wise and everything? But to be honest with you, I have two separate accounts. One is Photoshopped lean. I like to have the six-pack abs. I like to look buff. The other one's with a dad bod, because I heard ladies like dad bods.
Okay.
Do y'all? Leave a comment.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Since you don't have a dad bod, have you ever matched with a girl who liked the dad bod account and went on a date with her? And she saw...
Yeah, and that actually, it kind of links up with this story.
Okay.
Yeah, so, okay. But to answer that question, yes.
Okay.
You want me to tell you about it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, as I said before, I'm from South Dakota. So where I'm from, there's not a lot of stuff to do around there. So, living here in, High Point, North Carolina, it's still not a crazy big town, but there definitely is a lot of city life when you go to Greensboro, Winston, or Charlotte. Close places like that. On this date, I ended up, meeting her on Tinder, obviously, on my dad bod account, and went down to Charlotte to meet her. She was actually a student down at UNC Charlotte. Mm-hmm. And went down there, she seemed really cool, and this girl, I was kind of more cautious this time, about how quick I want to meet these girls. We talked about there for about a week, which still isn't crazy long, but there happened to be a party there. Mm-hmm. And so I went down there, and I met up with this girl, and she seemed really cool. She had friends there. Everything seemed normal. Obviously not like the last story I told y'all.
Right.
But the plan was to go to a frat party that night.
Okay.
And at this frat party, you got your typical douches and stuff like that. There were some other cool guys there. There were some guys that I followed there on Instagram, just some that I was kind of familiar with because I also have another buddy that goes out to Charlotte. He had actually went home this weekend, but that's neither here nor there. So we get going, and they had a pong table set up, and I wreck at pong. Let me tell you about it. So me and this girl set up there, we're actually having a really good time. Mm-hmm. She seems, have a lot in common with me, but I could tell she was a little shy. Okay. Which, I like to talk a lot, as you can probably tell by this video, but, we kind of clicked. It was almost like a cute shy. I was digging it. Excuse me, my allergies, but, anyway, we were playing pong. She wasn't the best, but I'll forgive her, she was kind of cute. She kind of had a little masculine build. And, she never said anything about my dad bod, by the way. Luckily.
Were you self-conscious about that?
Yeah, because if she was into the dad bod, and she found out that I didn't have a dad bod and really knew that I was, lean and like a bodybuilder looking guy, then she might have been turned off. But,
right.
I really don't think she cared. I really think she was down to earth in that sense, So it was pretty cool. Sitting there playing pong, and, we're sitting there pounding them.
Okay.
You know how little girls like them damn White Claws, she was chugging them like there wasn't no tomorrow. Let me tell you what, would she chug. I love Crown Apple, that's my stuff. And I was drinking beer and Crown, which is it's a no-go. Let me tell you what, guys. Don't mix your beer and your liquor, especially dark liquor. I just can't do it. But, I said, fuck it, why not? I was having a good time, and usually I don't like to, get crazy drunk when I'm with people, or especially for the first time, because I want to get to know them and stuff like that. I said why not. So
Was she getting drunk?
Yeah, she was getting pretty drunk, but I kind of saw that she was slowing down.
Okay.
Once I started speeding up, almost like she wanted to stay a little sober, maybe to take care of me or the situation. Just she never knew what happened.
Right.
I mean, this is like the first time we met, so she doesn't know what type of person I am. So she stayed a little sober.
Okay.
But anyway, so I got really drunk, and we ended up going back to her apartment. And, we were sitting there talking. I'm drunk out of my mind, blah, talking like that. And she, like I said, she seemed sweet, but she seemed shy. Her apartment didn't throw me off. This is the first time I met this girl. So, I did plan on staying the night there. My buddy had actually left me the key to his apartment, but seeing as I was so plastered, I really couldn't drive over to my buddy's apartment.
Exactly.
He was about 15 minutes down the road. So I stayed there at her place, and everything was cool, I did notice that she was, a little more sober than me, which didn't really bother me because, I was having a good time. But, as things progressed, I was attracted to the girl. I'm drunk, how it goes. You know how boys are. Boys will be boys. But I ended up trying to make my move on her. A little dry spell a little bit, but we powered through it, and I was like, here's my chance. So, I started messing with the girl, sitting there, we were watching Netflix, watching Vampire Diaries, fantastic show, by the way. Kind of resembled Elena a little bit, which, was kind of hot. Anyway, so we were sitting there watching Netflix and everything, and, I ain't gonna get in with the viewers, make this PG-13. But she was like, hold up. I gotta go to the bathroom. And I said, okay. And she went to the bathroom, and she came back out in almost like a nightgown type thing. I was like, okay, Grandma. Like I thought she was gonna put on some lingerie or something.
Right.
Maybe she had to poop. I don't know. But anyway, so she came out there, and she was in a plaid nightgown. I was like, hey, I ain't gonna judge. I mean, you know what it is. So she lays back in bed with me, and she took control of me, and I was like, I'm a little drunk, I don't care, let's do what you do. And I go and started to get in depth, but it goes along with the story. So I take off her nightgown, and next thing I know, One-Eyed Willie was staring right back at me. I'm telling you what, this girl is a transvestite. I said, if it ain't my cousin, it must be a damn transvestite. What the hell is wrong with Tinder? She had female in her bio. She never told me. I guess she thought I was down with it. I'm not. By the way, viewers, I'm not. But
looking at her facial appearance.
Yeah, I guess if you're transvestite, you want to choose one or the other. That bitch chose to be a girl. She had male reproduction organs on her.
So how'd you get out of this situation?
I pushed that she-man right off me. What do you mean? How'd I get out of that situation? Do you think I finished? Do I look like that? No, I didn't. No, I pushed her off me, and I said, whoa, you didn't disclose this. And she was like, you do not know how hard it is to find a guy like you. Like I said, I was a little drunk, so I don't really remember what she said. To find a guy like that. And, I kind of felt a little bad because it sounded genuinely nice. But, I wasn't down with that. So, this time I was freaked out.
What was the name of this person they told you?
The name that they told me was Brooke. I think it was more Brock. But anyway, Brooke, I sit there and I was kind of thrown off. I almost sobered up a little bit. But, we sat there and talked a little bit. And, and it ended up being, that it was really just a confused person. And I'm not one to judge.
Exactly.
My sister is a lesbian. My brother is gay. I'm a heterosexual. I mean, I like my same sex. But, I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm a good person. But, we just sit there and talked. And I really wanted to get the hell out of there, but I didn't want to hurt this person's feelings because they were going about it in a good way.
Did you end up staying the night there?
Hell no. I walked to my buddy's apartment. It took me 45 minutes, but I was not staying with that person.
Did you ever hear from her again?
Did I ever hear from her again?
Mm-hmm.
She kept messaging me, and I was like, no. But one thing that I did do is on my way out of her apartment, I kind of feel bad to say this, I did steal something. I kind of wanted, like memorabilia after that. I was like, what a crazy ass night. So what I ended up stealing was, and guys, I'm going to show you real quick. I ended up stealing her dog. His name's Blue. I ended up stealing her dog.
Does she know that you're the one who stole it?
Hell if I know. I just left the door open as I walked out, but turns out I stole him. Me and him had a wild night, and it's actually funny because I have another story of another Tinder date where this dog actually saved my life.
Alright, so I guess we'll have a part 3 of Bryson's crazy Tinder date story. Thank you, YouTubers, for watching. Bye.